Hello and welcome back to Factory Town. In our last episode, we started campaign level 2, made it through pretty much all the things that the game starts with, and then continued along with some of the new stuff, like making cloth to make books. Cloth comes from here, goes into here to make books, and those go in to feed the happiness of the town, just like the rest of the goods, just like the paper did, except the books are worth 10 times as much research points and 5 times as much experience points. So that's a good thing. And I mistakenly thought that the cloth, when we picked this up, the cloth recipe and the book recipe were in the same factory, and I mistakenly thought that the cloth wouldn't feed back in on itself automatically, that I would have to do a belt loop in order to do it, but it actually was. There was an input slot here for cloth that was getting filled up, and I thought it was the output slot. So I didn't need to actually do a separate workshop, except that it's better in the long run anyway to do just one recipe per workshop because of the amount of time it takes to make something. You're kind of better off vertically scaling and horizontally scaling everything to keep just one worker per workshop and only putting additional workers in gathering buildings like farms, which we actually have backed this up. So at the end of the last episode, we were talking about possibly doing pastures first, and then we also looked at forestry, and I think we're going to actually unlock that one first and take a look at how that works. The forester is easy enough. The tree planter is a little bit harder to set up right now, but we'll get that in a little while. So the good thing about the forester is the forester takes the job of the people and puts it into a gathering building. So we can take, for example, these two people here. I missed. And we can replace them with a forester. Like, here is probably okay, but I need to actually set it so it only collects wood, because foresters can also collect tree fruits as well, like apples and pears. And we don't want them to do that in this case, but we could sometime later. And then instead of having this storage box here, which is just about empty, I can just have this fed directly out of the forester and into it and onto the chute. So as soon as this empties out, which will take just a moment, then we can take care of all of that. Actually, maybe it won't. Oh yeah, you're still hopping along here. We should probably do away with that, even. Yeah, we probably could. I would just want to make sure that we did it right. And to do it right, I think we need to do this. And then this goes like this. And then this can come this way. We need to go uphill, though, here. Probably by a little more than that. Let me see what we can do. Let's see. Let's retire you, also. And we'll put in a support there. And then let's take this way. Out that far, taking this out. And then actually take this down onto that one like that. And we need to roll it the other way, of course. So this is going to fill up this box first, which is also supporting the belt making. And then it's going to fill up this box second, which is going to be kind of like our global storage buffer here. And then once we have that full, then which is it is now, it's backing up, and then they're going to come this way and go into being sold. And that should work better. And then we can also do away with this now. And we can do away with those now. And we can do a chute going like that now. This should probably be a splitter here then. And that might need one more worker in it. We had 2 gathering wood before. We probably need 2 still gathering wood. We'll see how it works out. But that is how a forester works. They just gather wood from the trees in their coverage area, just like a farm, except that they keep the trees. The trees don't vanish. So once this tree is depleted of its 33 wood, it will regrow and yield 40 again. Approximately 40. All right, so we have, what else do we have? We could do the forester over here too, if we wanted to. Maybe we should. Yeah, we probably should. Pause. Delete you. Take this stuff up. And put a forester in there. Oh, I had it already selected. There. And then we need to let that deplete as well. Yeah, you're just not making paper fast enough. We might actually need a second a second paper making mill here. And we could just have the chute run straight into the building too. That would be fine. You can see they kind of pick random trees to pick from. Which is kind of interesting. Actually, you know what? Let's just delete it. It's fine. It'll just go into global storage then. But then we need to actually do this and that. And that's too high. Need to fix that. This comes down like that, and then it goes back up again. And you can do that. The chute will roll, and then it will pick up onto the belt. So we don't actually need here even to do a belt for this stretch. It'll just pick up what it needs there, which is really nice too. So you don't have to worry about, you can go chute to belt or belt to chute. It's fine as long as the gravity and the rolling effect take it just fine. I'll replace these later. These are kind of smaller, so we don't really need them. I guess we could put like one Forestry in, but for now we'll leave them alone. So let's take a look now at the pastures. I procrastinated long enough. We need to put in a farm to collect these carrots, and we're going to turn these carrots into feed. Let's go... I'm going to kind of make sure I hit them all here. But I also don't want to... Let's go right there. And then we can put in some food mills, grain mills. Yeah, food mills better, actually, because they don't just mill the grain anymore. I think we're going to still need a couple of these. Do like that and this, maybe. And these can make animal feed out of carrots. These are carrots, yes. And you. And so every 2 work units, they'll make one animal feed out of 2 carrots. And every 3 work units, each worker here is going to create a carrot. So we're going to have to add some workers in here, which will be fine. What I want to do with this, though, is I want to take this up onto level 3. And then take a chute out this way. And then do... I just want that and that. And then we'll do a splitter right here. And that'll make sure that each of them gets some amount of the stuff. And that'll take care of the animal feed. Now we need to take a pasture and put it down here to take the animal feed in and make something. These are going to produce 1 animal feed every 2 work units, and we're going to need to have... let's see, what do we want to start with? I want to do something that's going to produce fertilizer, but I don't just want to produce fertilizer. I want to produce something else we can use. We were looking at sandwiches or coats. I think we could do, to start with, we could go toward cheese, I suppose. That would work, assuming we have the recipe to make cheese. Let's make sure we have that before I start. Here should be where it is. Cheese. Okay. That needs cloth too, though. Maybe that's not a great idea to do here. Yeah, we should do that somewhere else where we have some fabric. Well, or some cotton. We do have some cotton there, though. We could also make wool cloth, if we wanted to. But I like to use the cotton, and instead of using the animals whenever I can, just because it's a little more efficient. Not that we couldn't use this to make more. Yeah, we could. We should probably even. We could even belt it over here or something. Otherwise, we have to make the cheese somewhere else, and then combine it to make the sandwiches with the bread and whatnot. Which I will probably even do additional bread here, and still make this sellable at the food market. Although it's currently producing more than they can take, so maybe we won't. Let's start by making cheese, or by making milk rather. This needs to have 2 animal feed every 2 work units, which is so it's one animal feed per work unit, and 2 water also. So we need to actually take both of these into there, which is kind of unfortunate. What else do you need here? Yeah, that's fine. Let's do this. Is going uphill, so we need to come up on a level here. And these can also be chuted. The feed can. So we're going to take this like this, and into there, and this into there. And that's going to make milk, but we need water first. So let's grab a well. Put it down here by the water for the same reason we did before. And then... it doesn't really matter, I suppose. And then we can go into the pipe layer and grab the pipes and pipe the water if we had that many pipes. That's why I don't like crates, because they only store 20. I start putting things in barns eventually because they store 100 or 200 or something. Even if I put 4 things in a barn, it works out a little better. It's still 50 each. All right, so now we're making milk and fertilizer. Now there's a quirk to fertilizer that you have to be careful and make sure you know about. That quirk is if you're making it in a recipe with something else, the recipe item, the main recipe item, will always be made. The fertilizer will only be made if there's room for it. So the fertilizer will never impede the making of milk, but if we don't take the fertilizer out of the pasture and use it for something else, then it'll just go to waste. It'll go away completely, actually. So let's put a barn in here to store fertilizer. And the milk, can we sell the milk here? Should I just wait for cheese? We could sell the milk here, at least temporarily, if we wanted to, but I think we're just going to go straight into making cheese. Because, yeah, we might as well. So let's, first of all, let's take a chute here. And you don't know which way to go. Let's grab a grabber. I'm going to pause just in case, but good. So whenever you have 2 outputs on a building, automatically the grabber will go into nothing mode. That way you can make the choice as to whether you want one item, the other item, or both, which is the none filter. It's a little confusing because none means there is no filter, not that it doesn't allow anything through. Whereas nothing means it does not allow anything through. So let's set fertilizer, and that should start dumping the fertilizer. Should start... okay, don't pause, Wally. Starts dumping the fertilizer in here, and notice the milk does not keep increasing, or does not continue being made, and there's no additional fertilizer being made. We just have the 10. So, as I mentioned, that the milk stops everything there. So now we could take the milk one way or the other to the food market and sell it. The easiest way to do that is to actually pipe it. Milk is one of the items that is pipeable. If you ever want to know what items are pipeable, go to a pipe, clearly, but go to the pipe connector here, the little ring that's connecting it to the building, the brown ring there, and double click on it. This will show you everything that you can make or gather or produce or whatever that can be piped. Now, there's more things here that we don't know about yet that can also be piped, but milk is one of them, along with all 3 fruit juices and water, of course. And this is filtered right now for fluid, so it'll let any fluid through. And ethers are something we'll learn about later, or you might have seen in my Megabase series. So this allows you to set to identify what items are able to be piped, which is really handy, but it's also something that's not mentioned anywhere that I know of. So instead of taking the milk out of here and taking it to the food market, let's instead put it directly into a kitchen and see about making some butter. And I'm just going to put this kitchen down here, and let's make, or not butter, I'm sorry, cheese. Let's make cheese. We need to get the cheesecloth yet. We'll get that soon enough. Well, maybe I did this wrong. Kind of. Yeah, let's move this over here. And it's fine. We'll just put it over here. And we'll make cheese here. We'll belt the cloth over, but I want to go ahead and connect up. While we do that, actually, let's go into the G layer, hit tab to select the pipe automatically, and I want to pipe the milk into the kitchen here. And what I want to do from there is actually go ahead and pipe that milk toward the food market. We're not going to get all the way there just yet, but I also want to put a pusher in here, because I want to make sure that the milk has priority to go into the kitchen to make the cheese once we have the cheesecloth supplied. And before we do that, I want to make sure that I get this pipe all the way up to the food market, which is this one? No, this one here. Good thing I didn't stop there. Yep, see now the kitchen is full, so we're able to bring the, yeah, I know, we don't have enough pipes. We're able to start taking some of the milk to the store here, the market. It's a really sort of neat feature that the game has, that you can pipe certain things like milk throughout your town if you'd like. Almost there. A couple more pipes. They make fast wherever they're being made down here, so I don't have to worry about it too much, I suppose. But if we got to a mega-based style thing, I would definitely want a, yeah, they're right here, a barn of pipes, not just a crate of pipes. But yeah, they only take two work units to make, so it's not too bad. Sorry about that. I had to mute something. Okay, and I punched my monitor while I was doing it. All right, so we have all this cotton here. We're going to collect this up. We're going to collect it up with a farm instead of using the hoppers like that. Let's do this. And I'd like to be able to get it all in one farm if we could, which means we'll end up having to destroy some of these, but we can plant some more later because we have fertilizer now, which means we can plant, we can put down farm tiles. And also, oh, we should probably do that soon then. Let's keep going. Keep going, Wally. Well, maybe. Where are we at with the fertilizer? 45. Okay, we're going to take a small detour. Sorry. This is uphill by one spot, I think. Let's see. So actually, I need a belt here. It's unfortunate. We'll go up there, and then we'll come out here. Yeah, up. Oh, up two. Oh. We'll go up here then. That's 1, 2, and 3. And then we'll take a belt that goes this way, and then turn it around. We'll take a grabber there, and that'll start shipping that stuff out. Let's do this, and then take the belt out really quick. It just removed one of the fertilizers, but that's okay. We'll get it back in the end. Let's do this, take that one out, and do this. And then we'll do this just like we did with something. Oh, with the carrots. And you can't use any of it. That's right. Okay, so let's grab a splitter then. We'll put that here. And let's put down some farm tiles. But before we do that, let's actually look. You can see now that the farm tiles have darker plow lines. That signifies that they have been fertilized. So we want to put down the farm tiles in the range of the building reach, but we cannot put them on slopes. So keep that in mind as you're placing farms. You might even need to do that. We need more animal feed. We need more carrots. Let's put another one down. Actually, we should probably be fertilizing the carrots here first. But that's going to add to the production here and add another 50%. So it puts us up to 48 yield per tile on those fertilized and watered tiles. I'm probably going to steal some of the water off of this to go into the farm too. Yeah, that'll be good. And I could even do a splitter here if I want. And then once you put farm tiles down here, it'll be much better. Oh, I know what I should do. There are filters and controls you can do on a barn. Anything with multiple stacks, actually. I don't think it works for crates. Oh, it actually does work for crates. But it's not as poignant for crates. It's better for barns. So if you double-click on a barn, or you click on a slot in a barn, you can get this screen here that allows you to do a few different things. First of all, you can apply an item filter so that you can say this slot is only usable for this item in this barn. Since this barn only has one input item, I don't have to worry about that. Everything will go into any slot. But you also have these logistic controls here. You have storage, input, output, and off. And storage is the default mode that allows things to come in and things to go out, just the same as anything else. But input only allows the automated stuff to add items to a barn. This makes like a reservation for global storage for me to use fertilizer. Let me put this up here. As to build with, i.e. to build farm tiles with. So what this is going to do is this is going to stockpile up to 50 fertilizer that only I can touch when building. And then once it passes 50, it'll fill up these slots or it'll go out the belt and onto this bit. which is kind of a really cool feature also of barns that most people don't really think about. And then the output mode is, well, I really don't know what the purpose of that is, other than to maybe drain it. If you wanted to, say, drain a slot to put something else in that slot or something. But I think you could also set the filter for that. I'm not sure. I've never really used the output. Never found the use for output, I should say. Let's put down some of these. They'll, of course, be... Yeah. We need a lot more carrots. Maybe I'll even just feed a bunch of workers into it. We'll kick out the carrots. Let's see. We need to eventually have 1 carrot, 2 carrots per work unit. And right now we're producing... This would produce 1 carrot per work unit. Because we have 3 workers. So actually we would need 6 workers in here to pull this off properly. Which isn't going to really happen. Didn't I pipe? I did pipe water in here. Why are you not... Oh, you are watered. Okay. They water that fast. And then we can also take the fertilizer from the barn and feed it back into that farm as well. And let's do that also. 1, 2, 3. And we can take this like this. If we had the planks. Which again, I have them going into box-only crates, so we don't really have a whole big stockpile of them. This needs to come down into there. And they're still not going to come along this chute until we have 50 in there. Let's see. I'm going to put down a couple more, but I'm just robbing myself later. So we're going to leave that alone for a little while. And we could do the same thing over here with cotton. With any plant, really, you can provide fertilizer and water to the producing of the item. We need to collect cotton. There we go. And we need to put down... Can I get this in here? Right there. And then we can belt this cotton wherever we want it to go. And I'm just going to run it right over here. Not very far. We'll, or shoot it, rather. Wherever I want to go. I'm just going to shoot it over here and put up a workshop. And that workshop can make more cloth. Cotton cloth. This needs 1 cotton every 2 work units, and you're picking 1 cotton every 2 work units. So that's perfect. 1-to-1 ratio there. And once we can put farm tiles down, then this will automatically water that. So now cloth needs to make its way over there, which we'll use a belt to accomplish. A long, long belt. We'll do a high start on that belt. And then we can go like this, and it's going to run out of supplies pretty soon. Like there. But I like mega belts sometimes. They're kind of fun. We could even raise it up if we wanted to, since it's just a belt. Unfortunately, there's not a way to know at this stage of the game what items can be put on a chute and not, but generally anything you gather raw can be put on a chute, and then there's a couple of exceptions like animal feed and fertilizer. Once we get beyond that, there is a way later in the game to tell, but we aren't there yet, so I'm not going to demonstrate that just yet. Let's see, what are we out of? We're out of planks. Yeah, we need to probably set up another plank maker somewhere. And I think actually the problem is, no, we actually don't have enough logs coming in. Really? We're producing 1 log every 4 work units times 2, so 1 log every 2 work units. And we need to have 1 log every 3 work units. So actually the problem is... Oh, we're also sucking them down here too. That's 1 log every 2 work units, so we need another worker in here. That'll help a little. I don't know if it'll help all the way or not, but it'll help a little. We could always set up another place making planks, maybe. And we never did this town center upgrade either. And this gives us maximum number of houses as well as local storage capacity. Local storage being the storage here in the town center. So we can upgrade that as well. We have some water in here for some random reason. I don't know why. And then obviously we have flour in here and grain in here that should really be sold at the housing market or at the food market here, but I'd have to probably pause the bread in order to do that. Maybe not. Let's try it. Let's take grain to the food market. Okay, yeah, you'll override it because they're separate categories. And then there's no more grain left. We can take flour there. And then, yeah, I don't know where the water's coming from. Or came from, I should say. We can deliver that to a house, though. They might as well drink it. They have milk to drink, too, but they might as well have some water to drink. It's not doing us any good there. Oh, it took it to different houses, too. That's good. Okay. Delete the cart. We don't need it anymore. Okay, what's next? We're still working on this sky belt here. Actually, we should probably go uphill. Let's do like that. We'll come down. We'll come out a bit, and then we'll come down into there. Then I can reverse it. Unfortunately, you can't really see the direction in which this is rolling. I guess if you zoom in, you can. And that'll be perfect right along in there. There we go. And it's planks again. Yeah, it's planks again. I guess this isn't supplying them enough. We can increase the workers some more. 1 per work unit now. This needs 1 every 3 work units. So that's 2 every 3, and then this one needs 2 every 4, which is 1 every 2. So that's 3 every 6. And this is 2 every 6, 2 every 6. So that's 3, 5, 7 every 6. So we actually need 1 more worker here to fill this out completely. I was incorrect. Let's see, where are you at height-wise? You have a height of 3. So 1, 2, 3 from, I think, all buildings. So we'll just do that. And now we are making cheese. It's not easy being cheesy. This consumes 5 milk every 10, so 1 milk every 2. And we're producing 1 milk every 2 work units right now. That's kind of convenient. It also needs 1 cloth every 10 work units, and we're producing 1 cloth every 4 work units right now. So we're producing 2.5 times the cloth we actually need, which is kind of great because we can use that cloth for something else as well. And that something else is cloth belts. They're made in a workshop. We can either use wood belts or wood wheels to make cloth belts, as you can see here in this tooltip. Let's look at those recipes. Wood belts require 4 work units and 2 planks and 2 wood. But it's also kind of a recycling recipe, which is kind of nice. Or we can do wood wheels, which we have being made over here. We need 2 of those, which need 2 planks. So every 5. So if we look at that, the wood wheels are cheaper each, but we need 2 of them. And 1 wood becomes 1 plank. So it costs us the same amount of wood either way. The biggest flaw is that we have the additional step of we have the additional step either way. There's not really any flaw here. I guess the biggest problem would be that we have to make something, but I guess we have to make something anyway. Let's see. Let me put down a workshop just to take a look here at what we might have. Let's see. We want to make wood wheels or wood conveyor belts. We're not sure which. Oh, I don't have cloth conveyor belts unlocked yet? Well, we need to do that. Let's go to R. Cloth conveyor belts are locked behind intermediate logistics. All right, we'll do that. This gives us some additional logistic things here. The only one that I've ever really used here is the priority sorter. The blocker stops specific items from moving onto a line, and then the filter filters certain items so they can pass. But I don't really use them that much. And let's do the cloth conveyor belt. Okay, so these, let's see, cloth conveyor belt then... oh, the one made from wheels also takes more time. But it's almost the same amount of time as this. I think I should make the ones from the wood conveyor belts, because it kind of makes sense from a recycling point of view to use those. Which means that I'm going to want to move that over here instead. So let's do the wood conveyor belts and then the cloth conveyor belts over here. And we'll shut down this line of them. By turning this off, you're full. Let's turn this off here. And just go like that. Let's see. I'm going to have to do a forester here. I'll have to. Let's go up here maybe. There's a decent amount of trees covered there. Forester. We'll go over the top with the logs, and then we'll make our lumber mill over here. We need to have... Let's look at this again. We have one wood conveyor belt every 4 work units. These produce 1 plank every 3, and these use 2 planks and 2 wood. So we're going to still need a couple of these. Let's see, we'll go here and... go there. And planks. And we'll go here. This can move up. M for move. There. And we're going to come up over the chute here and bring another chute in. Going this way. Alright, come on. Nope. There. Splitter. Here. And we're also going to need a splitter here. Because this needs to continue along this way. Once we have the stuff. Which we don't yet. And then we're going to need more workers in this. And that's all the workers we have available. So we need to upgrade by adding another house again. This will be an okay place for a house, I think. It also has the opportunity of giving us more coins because we're going to sell more stuff. Oh, we can assign a town specialty too. Let's take a look at that. We can assign processing. So this town would get bonuses from making all those things you can see in the tooltip in that huge area there. Which I've just now moved. There we go. Planks, bread, things like that, cloth. The biggest problem is most of the stuff we're making is outside of the town range. We'll wait on the town specialty. Oh, we could just turn it on. Why the heck not? There's nothing that hurts to turn it on. So let's find one place where we're making these things in the town. Which might be planks. And you can see now that it produces, there's a star here. That means it produces twice as much of that item. And we need to extend this, I think, to this one in order to produce the extra. Yeah, there it goes. Why is it not always doing it, though? Oh, 2x output chance 30%. Okay, that's why. That is why. So it doesn't always produce 2. It only has a 30% chance of producing 2. Okay, fix this. There you go. Okay, that's fine because, hey, a little more is a little better. There you go. And then we need to belt these into there. And we'll just do that with, for right now, a wooden belt. That'll be the planks. And now we have the ability to make conveyor belts over here. Wooden conveyor belts, that is. We'll eventually cart all these over, I think, so we can spend them all. We'll find a way. And then we need to set this up here to make cloth conveyor belts with the wood conveyor belts. And we'll do a belt for belts. And then we can do a belt for cloth directly into there. We want this to go this way. We need to point it this way. And then we want a pusher here so that the cloth has priority going to making cheese. Not that we're making any right now because it's backed up. But remember, we're still draining the oh, wow, that's full already. Well then, that didn't take long. Yeah, we're going to need to start spending it. You can see this is backed up, and it's going to continue making milk. I'm going to actually let it back up so that you can see that it will make milk. And this does not overproduce, but it's still making the milk. So we need to spend these if we want to spend them. And we do want to spend them. Let's just paint down a bunch of these. Actually, I should be doing it over here first. Of course. We'll do the ones that have carrots on them first, and then we can do the others later. And add more carrots. Even do the ones under the chute there. No problem. This goes here and there. You can even paint a big square like that. I wonder. Yeah, you can even do it like that, even if it's not quite the regular shape. I would like you to take these, please. And I think you need to retire. Yep. Why are you not fertilizing or watering? Is that too high? That is too high. There you go. And the water, I might not have connected the pipe up to it. Hey, look at me. I did not. I should run this pipe differently. Let's back this way. Bring this way. And you can cross pipes too, by the way, like this. And they will not contaminate each other. As long as they're crossed like that without one of these little junctions here on the corner. You can see like here. All right, let's go this way. And then we can go this way and into there. And then we can go into there. And that gives us all the water we need too. You can see them darkening, delivering the water. Those are out of range, so we're not going to bother with those. These here can be done. These here can be done if we had the fertilizer, which we don't. Spent all the fertilizer already. Alright, well then. There we go. We have cloth belts made, though. I'm going to put these into a barn because, well, I explained the reason already once. It's so that we can have more than 20. And let's take one wooden conveyor belt there. And now I want to set up, now that those are moving. Yep. I'll actually take this out. And I want to get a cart and a crate over here to feed into this. Let's do, actually let's map belt. Let's map the cloth conveyor belts now to this spot, because I'm never going to use wooden conveyor belts again. Because that's just how I roll. We'll put a cloth one there. And that'll feed any wooden conveyor belts I deliver to this place automatically. No, it's not a cart, it's a wagon. Let's go here. And that should be fine. Take belts to belt box. And I think they'll find a way there. I'm not really worried about it. They'll get there eventually. But I think actually I can put the wooden belt back in. Can I select it by chance? No. Let's put the wooden belt back in here. There'll be a little contention there, but I'd rather keep making the cloth belts rather than not. So there'll be a little contention, but it'll be fine. Let's do another cloth belt here. Not that it's necessary, really, but we'll do it anyway. Because, again, I'd like to get rid of all of them. All the wooden ones, that is. And we can even do them here, which is a little more useful. Because that means that they move at twice the speed to get onto the chute faster. Bread has stopped again. It's full. Alright, well that takes care of cheese anyway. And I think we could even start delivering cheese. If we bring a road out here. Oops. What is that? That looks wonky. No, it's okay. Wagon. And cheese can just kind of make its way here to this as well. Eventually, we'll want to take all those things, including the bread, away and start making sandwiches, but that's going to be a little bit of future Wally problem. So we got cloth conveyor belts being made. We have milk and cheese being made now, and we're working our way towards some other things. We'll be able to make the sandwiches pretty soon. We can increase our population level here. Gives us 4 more houses. That's great. And then we can work on making the other items as well. In the near future, I don't know that this is going to be enough logs. Probably not. Add another worker. I didn't do the math on it. I guess I should. But we did before. We need 5 workers. We did it here, and we don't even need it here anymore. Just add more workers. You are just about empty. Actually, you're too empty to do any more work, so that's fine. Take this out. Delete this. Delete all this. We can delete... Oops. We can delete the building, too. Take all this out. Take these out. Take this all out. And you still have belts. And you'll still carry those belts around. Pretty soon, this will be done. And then I'm going to take the belts up here in the base, because every time we delete a belt, this is where it goes. And we'll just put a wagon there to carry the belts here for recycling, eventually. Alright, so I think that's where we're going to leave this for today. In the next episode, we will do a little bit more expansion and development of things. We can work our way toward wooden rails, but we're going to do sandwiches first, because I think that's a little closer to what we've been making, given that we have cheese already, we have bread already, we just need to make chicken, which shouldn't be too hard to get done. So thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.